I'm Geraldine Kay, Chief Executive of Derwentside Homes. Derwentside Homes is a housing association of about 7,000 affordable homes, primarily located in the north of County Durham in the two towns of Consett and Stanley. My role as Chief Executive is to ensure that our company is financially viable so that we can grow the business by building more and new homes and invest in the communities in which we work.
My role within Derwentside Homes is as Director of Resources, with responsibility for the finance and the information technology side of the business. Derwentside Homes is a housing provider, a registered social housing provider. It has around about 7,000 homes, which it rents at social or affordable rents to those who cannot access the housing market through traditional means. As a registered social housing provider, a lot of our tenants are excluded from mainstream finances. They struggle to find bank accounts, they struggle to save, and they also struggle to access affordable loans. That causes us as a company extreme problems if our tenants are financially disadvantaged, and therefore we're always looking at means in which we can actually help our tenants to access funds and to manage their money better.
Derwentside Homes, we work very closely with Prince Bishop's Community Bank. We've been involved with the Community Bank ever since its inception in 2008. In fact, our Director of Resources, Keith Tallenty, was instrumental in helping set the Community Bank up.
The Community Bank and Derwentside Homes really started the journey together back in 2006, and we've journeyed together very successfully over that period. Because the Community Bank is so important to our tenants, it is key that they basically develop along with us. We see greater importance on the Community Bank over the next few years as a result of welfare reform, which will start to affect our tenants more and more as universal credits are introduced.
Now, I've been a board member up here for about 6 or 7 years, and I'm very, very interested in my community, as you would imagine. And I'm also very interested that my tenants from Derwentside get the best deal we possibly can for them. Derwentside Homes is a good company that gives you the whole deal, the whole package. For instance, all of our tenants have the ability to have a financial health check. All our new tenants get it anyway, and that's because we want to make sure that they can afford, what we offer. And also, it's not philanthropy, this, it's because we don't want debt either. Prince Bishop's Credit Union are a fantastic organisation. I pay into that every month, and so does my wife. She's another counsellor down there. And what we try to do is make sure that the loan sharks and people like that don't get a hold of people and ruin their lives. Basically, we live in a very deprived area. There's deprivation in Eshwinning, and part where I live, and in Langley Park, but especially in Stanley and places like that. And people just don't have the money. They also don't have the education sometimes on how to manage money.
I think it's going to get really difficult for people, which is another reason why Derwentside Homes and the Community Bank have got a real role to play in preparing people and giving and offering whatever help and advice that they can, so that people can be much better financially and financially stronger in the circumstances.
There is a move now for high street banks to provide basic bank accounts. However, one of the main issues with that is our customers and our tenants are suspicious of banks. The atmosphere of walking into a bank can be very severe and very daunting, whereas the Community Bank is a lot more friendlier. It's run by local people, for local people. It's run sometimes by volunteers who are known in the community, and therefore the interaction between our tenants and members of the Community Bank is much more less stressful for them than actually walking into a high street branch of one of the big banks. We also feel that the Community Bank is a lot more sympathetic towards customers. Obviously, we have to ensure that people don't get into debt and can repay anything which they borrow, but in essence it spends more time and it goes through, and it will in certain circumstances take a little bit more of a relaxed view than the high street banks, who are often determined by national policies which they cannot vary from.
It probably is a bit of a threat if banks get it right, but they've got to get it right first as well, haven't they? And they've got quite a bit of ground to make up to being perceived by the rest of the public as particularly ethical. And they're always, at the end of the day, they're always going to be in there for profit. They've got shareholders that they've got to pay. So yes, it'll be a greater competition. They've got a lot more resources than Prince Bishop's Community Bank has got in terms of being able to get their message out there to people. But I still think there is a growing desire to have things more locally and more ethically as well. We've got about 60% of our tenants that are in receipt of some form of benefit. And their financial well-being is really important to Derwentside Homes. In fact, one of our key strategies in terms of our community investment programme is to tackle financial exclusion. And the community bank plays a big role in helping us to do that.